Gathen sir, shall I start? Sir?
Yes, Nandakumar, you can start.
So very good morning to all. It's my pleasure to welcome you all for the today's Alumni Talk series on topic of digital transformation roadmap on Salesforce towards cloud. First, I welcome our chairperson, Tirumadi K. Dhanalakshmi Ammal, and I welcome our co-chairman, Dr. R.S.K. Raghuram sir, in absentia. And I welcome our principal, Dr. D. Vasudevan sir, and I welcome our respected HOD ma'am, Dr. D. Shanti, Professor, HOD CSE, and I welcome our college alumni coordinator, Dr. R. Kannan, Professor, HOD Mechanical Department, and I welcome our department placement coordinator, Dr. R. Karthiyan sir, Professor, CSE Department, and I welcome today's speaker, Mr. Manoj Shankaran, our CSE Department 2011 batch alumni. Now he is in the position of Director, Crm Solutions, Coimbatore. I warm welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
Finally, I welcome all the participants, both from PSNA CET and other institutions. I welcome you all. Now, I would like to call our event coordinator, Dr. R. Karthiyan sir, to give brief intro about our alumni. Sir, please.
Thank you, Mr. Nandakumar.
Sir, you continue, sir. You can continue now. Karthiyan sir. Sir, Karthiyan sir, just unmute yourself, sir.
Now is it okay?
Yes, sir. It's audible, sir.
Okay. I would like to welcome all the participants for this fourth alumni talk in our department alumni talk series. It's an immense pleasure for me to introduce our 2011 batch alumni, Mr. Manoj Shankaran, Director, Application Development, Crm Solutions, Coimbatore. So, Mr. Manoj Shankaran is graduated BE Computer Science and Engineering in the year 2011 from PSNA College of Engineering and Technology in Department of Computer Science and Engineering. During his graduation, he got placed in Tata Consultancy Services, Chennai. He worked for Tata Consultancy Services from May 2011 to October 2015. After Tata Consultancy Service, he joined with Accenture as a software engineer senior analyst. He worked in Accenture from September 2015 to March 2016. From April 2016, he joined with a company called AstraZeneca. He was working as a senior software engineer. Then in the year 2017, in the month of June, he started his company called Crm Solutions in Coimbatore. Till date, he is running his company in a successful manner in a Salesforce domain. Currently, he is a director, application development in a company, Crm Solutions. You see the various certifications received by our today's speaker, Mr. Manoj Shankaran. He is a Salesforce.com certified platform 1 developer, Salesforce certified platform application developer, Salesforce.com certified sales cloud consultant, service cloud consultant, administrator, advanced administrator, as well as developer. Also, he is certified with data warehousing and business intelligence. When I am seeing his profile, he is working with Salesforce in the year 2011 onwards. So really, he's the right speaker to talk with this today's alumni talk. He's involving with various projects like Patient Engagement Service USA, as well as Salesforce.com, Simplify and Transform CRM Services Netherlands, Salesforce.com, One Desktop Contact Center Implementation USA, Salesforce.com, Agency Management System Thailand, Salesforce.com, Contact Center Implementation Philippines. So yesterday I have talked with Manoj. He told he was in the travel around the world during this 9 years experience. So really we are having the wonderful speaker today. All the participants, both PSNA CET participants as well as the external participants, you can interact with our resource person today. Definitely you can get a lot of ideas on the Salesforce. Before we are moving to the session, I would like to share some of the memories of Manoj during his PSNA. So this is actually the class photo. Manoj.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Manoj, this is your CSE A section. Am I correct? In your
Yes.
final year.
Yes, yes, sir.
I think I could not find you. You are somewhere behind. Okay.
I think so.
Okay. So I'm seeing your friends Pradeep, Karthik.
Yes, yes, sir.
Gopi Sundaram, Gopi Sundaram. Okay, this is your class photo memory. And here, some another photo.
With Anas and
With Anas, Kannan,
and Karthik.
Kannan and Karthik. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is some of your memories. This is Nauzad, correct?
Naushad. Yeah, he's in Zoho now. Yeah.
Okay, okay, Nauzad. Now he is with Zoho.
Yes, yes, yes.
He is with Zoho. Okay, good. And this is one of the photo I have taken from the Facebook of Pradeep with Arun Kumaravel, yes. I think. Kumaravel, am I correct?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, Kumaravel.
Okay, okay. Very nice to see all your friends. Okay.
Yes, yes. Nice, nice.
Okay, okay. This is another snap. I think this is some of the trip of your friend to some abroad.
Yeah, Arun, I think Kumaravel went to US, so that's when they took this pictures, I think.
Yeah. Oh, this is, I think, Vishwanath from B section.
Yes, yes, Vishwanath. Yeah.
Vishwanath from B section. Okay, okay, very good, very good. Okay. And this is your NRI, the Nepal
NRI friends.
Nepal friends.
Correct. Hemant.
Deepak Magato and Hemant. I forgot his name.
Some Mahat. Even I forgot, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, because I remember Hemant Pradhan and
Deepak Mahat.
Yeah. Maybe I'm not sure. Okay, okay. Anyway, this is another photo taken in your industrial visit trip.
Correct. Yes.
But you are not here. Okay. I have searched some photo, but I could not find your photo. Anyway,
I'm totally reserved when I am in PSNA actually. So.
Yes, Manoj. Yes, Manoj.
I'm totally reserved when I'm in PSNA. So it's you cannot find me in pictures.
This is, I think, Priya. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes.
Priya and then Pratima Pradhan.
Pratima Pradhan.
Pratima Pradhan. Okay. Okay. Fine. 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 Okay. Manoj, this is for some of your memories. Okay.
Thanks,
so now I'm handing over the session to you, Manoj. You can
thank you.
You can interact with your participants with your good presentation. Okay.
Definitely, definitely.
Okay. Thank you, Manoj. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, team. So now I see a lot of participants join. So hope you are able to see my screen. Are you able to see my screen, team? The presentation.
Yes, Manoj. Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So before starting all these sessions, like what I want this one and a half hours to be is so interactive as possible. So so that it would be helpful for all the students and the other associates as well. So keep more questions. You can stop me in between the presentation and you can ask a lot of questions. That is what I want before starting this particular presentation. Maybe I'll give a small introduction. Already Sir has given a small introduction about myself. So he covered all the employment part. So I would like to go with some details about the current organization. That way it would help like how we work, what we do, what we achieve here, and what we do with the development team here. So those things you will be able to understand. So that is what we are going to discuss. So first I'll go over the agenda. So the agenda is very simple, like we'll show you what. Okay, sorry. So the agenda is very simple. So we are seeing,
Manoj,
yeah.
Manoj, you can put a slideshow, Manoj.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll go over these items quickly, and then we'll show a demo of a Salesforce environment, how we do things, what softwares we develop, for which companies we do work. So those things we'll cover. So mostly we'll cover this PPT in a short span, and then we'll have a good demo, and that would be really helpful for you and the entire team. Okay. So first one is who we are and what we do, and then some basics about the cloud and on-premise. So those are some of the basics. Before going into Salesforce, I would like to have some introduction about the cloud, what is a CRM, how CRM works, and those things we'll discuss, and then we'll have a demo, and then the scope actually. So if you learn Salesforce, what would be the future scope? So those things we'll discuss. Okay. So now first we'll go over this particular slide quickly. So this is our company's base slide, which we put for all the colleges. Wherever we go do a presentation, we'll do this slide. We'll show where we are based out of. So currently we are based out of Chicago, Charleston, and Atlanta in US, and we have one development center in India. So usually how we operate is we usually get projects from US. So US is our main place where we'll get all the projects, Salesforce related projects, and we do development in India. So obviously you all know India is very less paid country. So development wise, the company sees India as a best fit, and they have started their development center in India, Coimbatore. So that's how we established our company here in India. And we currently, the Indian company is running pretty much similar to a non-profit organization, I would say. So we don't have any profit in this particular Indian company. We do have a profit in US company, but an Indian company will not have a profit sharing or something. So everyone is employed here. So we treat everyone equal. So there is no hierarchy. So hierarchy is just for the sake of, let's say, as a fresher, you just have to know something, you want to learn something, so you need someone experienced. So for that we have a good hierarchy. But if you want to make a complaint, you can directly go to CEO and you can share your thoughts. So those things can be done. It's a flat hierarchy that we follow. And till date we have a, that is, I took this particular slide, if you see here. So this one I took it yesterday. So we have in the last 6 months we had a revenue of $1 million, and these are some of the numbers from which we are getting the work. So we are spread across US. So from different states, what is the revenue? So those things will show. And this is the number of projects which is currently running, 127. So this is a high level about our company. We primarily take over Salesforce, and we are a certified Salesforce silver partner. So we get few projects from Salesforce as well. So that's how it will go. So this is about us. Any questions on this team? Any questions, or you want to discuss something on this?
So participants, if you're having any questions, you can unmute yourself. You can interact with Mr. Manoj.
Definitely, yeah. I don't usually monitor these chats, but I'll do this for this call. But it would be better if you just ask it to me directly. That would be a lot helpful. Yeah. Okay. So the first thing we go over is cloud versus the on-premise. So before going to this slide, I have a few questions for you guys. Like, what you can unmute and answer definitely. So what do you think we do in an IT company? Answers from anyone? Hello.
Manoj,
Yeah, yes, sir.
there is one question on the chat.
Mhm.
What did you mean by non-profit in India?
Okay. Definitely.
From Amrita.
Yes, very good question, Amrita. So we have this company set up in India. So usually a company means there will be a boss. There are 2 or 3 bosses, or some investors will be there. So whenever we get some projects, let's say we got a 2 million project, what we do is we'll uh, share the amount for all the employees. Like we'll have a fixed salary for all the employees, and then the profit share will go to all the investors. So that is how a normal company will work. Non-profit in the sense, we invite people to join our organization, we pay them, but there will not be, we pay them from the benefits or the profit we gain. Let's say we got 2 million projects, we have 10 employees. Based on the skills, we'll distribute the salary. At the end of the year, will not have any profit for this particular company, similar to a normal non-profit organization. So they work for some cause, so they call it as non-profit. Let's say you have Lions Club, they'll do some charity work, they'll collect money and they'll distribute it to them. So that is a non-profit. So what I meant non-profit here is, there is no profit in the company. We earn, we distribute the work, we distribute the salary. So that is how it will work. Got it, Amrita? Okay. If you have much questions on this, definitely I'm ready to clear it out to you. Not an issue. Okay. Okay, another question is from Karthik. He asked like, what kind of development you do? Okay, so that is what I'm going to cover in the successive slides. Like we usually develop cloud-based CRM applications. So I'll explain what is the cloud, I'll explain what is a CRM, and also I'll explain how we do it. Okay, Karthik? Okay.
We like,
Yeah, yes, Karthik, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
no, sir, you were asking like what you will be doing in the IT company.
Yeah, yes. Oh, you are answering that. Okay, okay. You can
I'll
unmute
just
and
had,
answer. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I will just satisfy like clients need the requirement
Mm-hmm.
by
Mm-hmm.
using various object programming languages.
Okay, okay. So there are multiple departments in IT industry. So first there will be a set of developers, there will be set of testers, there will be set of managers, there will be set of administrators. There are a lot of departments you'll see in an IT company. When you first enter into any of the IT company, like a TCS or Accenture, they'll give you a kind of training. And then if you see, when I was in PSNA, uh, I cannot, I have few difficulties, like I cannot talk in front of a group of people. But now it has been like, since you guys are interacting a lot, you are come up with a different set of skill sets, it is easy for you guys. But when I was there, it's my attitude, my thing, like it is difficult for me to talk in front of people. So those things are some of the things that these MNCs will clear out. So they help me, TCS helped me talk in front of people, how to do a presentation, how to improve your communication. So those things they'll do. So that is one important aspect. They have a separate team over there. So that is one main advantage of all these MNCs. So that is one thing, a separate team, I would say. And do you have any softwares that you are using frequently in day-to-day activities? Can you tell me some softwares? Like anyone can tell me.
Like Google Chrome.
Okay, okay. Then Any other? I think Karthik is answering. I would like more answers. That's how it will go. So once we start interacting, it would be a lot interesting and it would be easy for you to pitch it up. I want this session to be useful for you for this 1.5 year. That's why I'm just forcing you to answer some questions. Nothing much on that. Yeah. We'll wait for some time. Let's let them. Maybe I'll pick some name. Maybe I think is Santosh talking with me?
Ah, yes, sir.
Okay, Santosh. Maybe Ashwin Raj. How about Ashwin Raj? We'll ask some questions on Ashwin Raj. So, what are all the technologies you use, Ashwin Raj? If you're not comfortable with English, we can go with Tamil as well. Not an issue. Or maybe C. Nandini can answer. Bhavani, Divya. A lot of people are there, so I'm expecting some answers for my question. I don't want to proceed with some muted session over here. Nothing wrong, you can tell anything. Murthy Chinnasamy can answer. Yazin, Vishwa. Okay. Let me proceed, but I want more answers from you, team. That way, that's how it will go on. Okay, no issues. I have mentioned what are the various departments a normal IT company will have, and there are a lot of technologies they use. Like the basis, you all know about Java, .NET, mainframes. So those are some of the basic technologies. Apart from that, nowadays, like they are moving into different technologies, like they are going into a tool-based application development. For example, this Salesforce, which is a tool-based application. And they do have some other tools for artificial intelligence. They do have a separate tools for reporting. So that's how it will working out. That's how it has been evolving. When I joined, there were primarily a Java development team which will do all these coding. .NET will be there. So those are the predominant technologies. But nowadays, like we have lot of other tools. The tools are emerging. So if you start learning these tools, it would be a lot helpful for your future career. And also nowadays, like the trend of working for a MNC has shifted to a kind of freelancing. After Corona, COVID-19, we see a shift from a permanent full-time employment to a part-time shared resources, or maybe I would say freelancers. So most of the countries are most of the companies are interested in these kinds of employment. So you don't, if you are not placed in some of the companies, so you don't have to worry. You can search, you can do a session, or you can learn some tools which is available online free of cost. You can learn it, and then you can approach some consultancy, or maybe not a consultancy. You can directly approach a company and then tell them that you have this tool experience. They'll just employ you for some time as a contractor, and then they'll give a try. And if that works out, you will be employed as a full-time employee. So that is how it has been shifting nowadays. So even in our company, we are doing these kind of things. There are a lot of companies I see. I'm just following that. Okay. So this is some basic things I would like to discuss with you guys. So I got few answers as well from Karthik, Amrita. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, let me go back to the presentation quickly. Cloud versus on-premise. So on-premise is nothing but you have the server set up inside your office premise. Let's say in PSNA college, we have a computer science department, and then we have a server room. I have seen it in the right side corner, if I remember it correctly. They have a small server set up there. So all the details will be saved over there. You can connect it from your LAN and then access those details. So that is the on-premise system. So similarly, we'll install the application in your server and use it in your local system. So that is what we call it as on-premise. If it is cloud, we'll expose the same server to internet so that you can access the application from anywhere. So like the Gmail, Google Cloud, so everything. So that is what we call it as a cloud system. So that is the main difference between on-premise and cloud. Nothing complex. It's very simple layman terms. Okay. Any questions on this cloud and on-premise? You got it? Like what is on-premise or what is a cloud? Or you have any questions on this?
It's clear.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And now we'll go deep into the cloud technologies. What are the various clouds that were available? Let's say I purchased as a cross-pick solution, I purchased a server which hold around 500 terabyte of data, which can hold 5 TB of data. What I'll do is I'll expose it to a particular website. I'll say PSNA college can use 5 GB of data, and RVS college can use another 5 GB of data, and another Anna University can use another 5 GB of data. And I'll ask them to pay me like for month. I'll ask them to pay like 100 rupees or 200 rupees per GB, something like that. So that the main advantage of going with cloud is they don't have to maintain their server. They don't have to they don't have to employ a person who will come sit in the office or in the college to maintain the servers. So I'll do everything for them. They just have to pay a kind of installment. It's a kind of renting a house. So similar to that. So that is what we call it as IaaS, infrastructure as a service. I'll give them a server, and then they'll pay me. So that is what we call it as IaaS. So this is the first structure, and this is the commonly and predominantly used cloud computing model. So they'll be using, if you see Amazon Web Services, Rackspace, so they'll give you spaces. Okay. So this is IaaS and PaaS. It's just similar to platform as a service. Like let's say now in your computer science department, you have various labs, right? So what you do is, let's say you have a C lab. You install C in your system. You open the C terminal. You'll type those program and you'll get an output. That is again a on-premise service platform. For each system you have to install this particular service. So what people are doing nowadays is, it's not nowadays, it has been used for more than 20-30 years. So what they do is they'll install this C program in a remote server, and you will access that C program. So we don't have to install it in multiple systems. So licensing wise, it will cost only one license. Let's say I have labs starting from morning till evening. So for every 1 hour, I'll charge the guys. So that if we purchase the C program and install it for 20 computers, so I have to pay, let's say 20,000. Now I'm going to install a server similar to what you call it as team viewer or something, which would access the server, and from the server you will access those platform, which is the .NET program or C program. So licensing cost will come down for all the colleges. I'll once again bear, let's say I am maintaining all these applications. Let's say there is a new patch comes in for .NET, or a new update comes in for C program or C++. The PSNA college or the other college don't have to worry about those updates. I'll take care of the updates. You pay me. So that is how the pass structure will work. And the last one is software as a service. So this is the common, very common one which you guys are using, like Gmail, Dropbox, even Salesforce. So they built an application and host it in a server, and they'll give it on charge basis. Like now Gmail is free for you, but if a company is using Gmail, then we have to pay Google a particular amount. Let's say for 10 Gmail accounts, we have to pay 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, something like that. So you cannot modify this application. So you can use the product. So that is what we call it as SaaS. So we have IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. So this is the types of clouds. Any questions on this team? Let me quickly check if there is any questions. Okay. Any other questions on this, or if you are not clear, we can discuss this in detail. If you have any questions, we can discuss. If I'm talking in a fast pace, you can tell me. I can slow down the pace as well. Okay, let me proceed to the, please repeat PAAS. Okay, so PAAS is nothing but Karthik. uh, I would give you an example of a .NET application. Let's say you have a .NET application installed in your local laptop. So what happens is, let's say you develop an application, a small application, a calculator, or maybe a Fibonacci series or something. You cannot open it from another laptop. That is the restriction of the on-premise system. So what Azure, let's say Azure, what Azure will do is Azure will give you a space in the server where you will develop the program, the .NET application in their Azure server itself. So that, let's say I move from PSNA college to Chennai for a demo. You don't have to bring in your laptop. You can just go there, directly browse, open a laptop or a desktop or whatever system. You just type, you just log into Azure, you will see your program there. So there are multiple tools in which we could develop the programs, right? So that programs are hosted in the server. So instead of IaaS is nothing but the server, the space. I'll give them, rent them the space. PaaS is I'll rent them the applications. SaaS is I'll rent them the product. So clear, Karthik? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay, good. So now let's go on to CRM now. Now we have seen what is on-premise, what is the cloud, what are the different types of cloud, and now we are into CRM. So how this CRM concept is used in cloud. So first of all, we have to know what is CRM and what is the basics of CRM. So usually how we usually explain is by taking a particular product and then we'll explain the Salesforce or CRM process. So the first piece is, let's say we consider Tata is introducing a new car. We'll take that as an example. Okay. So what usually car companies will do. I got one more question. Just a minute. Slideshow, please. Okay, sorry. Okay, I can zoom in as well for you to see it clearly. Yeah, thank you, Santosh. So we'll start with one example. As I mentioned, Tata car. Let's say Tata is introducing a new nano car, and they so what normally a company will do. So first they'll promote the product. Before starting the development itself, normally all these big giants will started marketing their products. Let's say they'll do a promotion in a car or a car magazine saying that we are going with a cheap car within 1 lakh. These are the features that will be available. So those things they'll start marketing. So to do a marketing like this, Tata needs to spend some money. Obviously, it's totally a business. So it's their business. They promote it so that people will buy those cars. So what normally we do is in CRM, we need some place where they'll keep track of all these expenses. Let's say I spend some $200 for $200,000 for marketing my car using the magazine. I spend some big flex in all the big cities in India. So for that, I need to spend some money. These are all some of the investments I do so that people purchase the car. So there will be a separate marketing team in Tata, the Tata Motors. They'll do all these activities. As a chairperson, I'll just ask them how much you have spent on a day, or for the month, how much you have spent for this, and how much is the income or the revenue you spent around 200 crores for marketing, but we have received only, there are only people purchasing 200 lakhs of car. So those are the things as a boss, as a Tata Motors boss, will expect from the marketing team. I got one more question. Okay. So that is the marketing team. And there are a few more functionalities of marketing team, like they'll identify new leads. We call them as leads in CRM. Leads are nothing but, let's say, um, I just got an interest in purchasing that particular nano car. I called the Tata Motors showroom and I inquired about it, but uh, I didn't purchase the product, but I just inquired it. So the main reason is, we call those peoples as leads in CRM process. Okay, so those lead capturing process is also part of a marketing. So there is a separate team for marketing which would track all the expenses. There is a separate team which would do all the lead capturing. There are multiple ways in which we capture a lead. So for example, I would say, in front of colleges, they'll give you a pamphlet, right? Some regarding some courses or regarding projects or something like that. So you'll get the pamphlet, you will see there is a number there, you just call them. So what the CRM people will do is, they'll just track it in the system, saying that Dinesh has called from this number and he is interested in this particular product. So those informations they'll capture. So we call those informations as leads, but they have not purchased any product. So this is the first piece of any CRM, marketing. So marketing has two, again, I'll repeat, marketing has two important things. One is selling the product, that is promoting the product, and gathering the leads. So these are the this is what marketing team will do in all the organizations. And the first path of CRM is this marketing. Any questions on this, team?
Yes.
Okay, let me proceed
I
to
think
the next.
Santosh, Manoj,
Yeah, yes, sir.
Santosh is having some question. Santosh Sudan.
Yeah, yes, Santosh, you can
Santosh, you
ask.
can ask him.
Sir, how are these executors?
Yes. So now we are going over all these models, like what is a CRM? Definitely, there are multiple technologies you can use to implement this. The basic one is an Excel. So normal, let's say I am not capable of purchasing Salesforce, or not capable, my company is not capable of doing some software
Yes.
development. So I can capture it in Excel. So a marketing team, I'll give an Excel. That is also a software, right, Santosh? So I'll give a Excel to the another marketing team who captures leads. Whenever they get a call, they open the Excel, they will fed the details. So Salesforce is nothing but an advanced technology. Let's say whenever you enter a information in Excel, I want to send out an email to the customer saying that welcome to Tata Motors, and I want to send the pamphlet to their email ID. Is it doable in Excel? No, we cannot do it. We can write macros and do it, but that is little complex. And if the requirement gets more complicated, that's where we need some application to be developed for this marketing. That's how Salesforce comes into picture. That's how Zoho comes into picture. That's how there are a lot of CRM tools which we can develop with any technologies. Even you can develop this CRM uh, uh, concept using .NET or Java or maybe mainframe. Anything you can use. Whatever technology you are comfortable, you can use it. But the concept is the same. CRM is the concept. I'm just explaining the concept now. Clear, Santosh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Don't call me sir. It's totally not good. So you just call me Manoj. That should be fine. Just like data collection about the leads, Karthik. Yes, Karthik. It's just collecting the information which is required for business. So you have to think in such a way that whenever someone comes and asks you to develop a software or something, it's purely for their business purpose. It's for money. They need to track what they spend. As a business, if you go and check a small jewelry shop, or maybe even if you go for a small petty shop, uh, they morning they'll open the cash bag and they'll see how much is the amount, how much I have spent in the how much I have earned in the end of the day. So that is what they usually do. Why they need a software? They need a software to track all these things properly. When it is a small company like petty shop, it's fine. Like they, let's say they earn 2000 rupees per day. They don't have to pay any taxes, or they don't have to comply on any of the government related taxes. Those things, they are not, they are apart from that. But if it is a big companies, like let's say they are on a daily basis, they are earning 1 lakh. So in that scenario, we have to pay taxes. So we need to calculate how much is the tax. We need to calculate how much I need to employ, how much is the salary for a contractor. I need to see, check the expenses for a particular product that I have purchased. So everything comes into picture. It would be really difficult for them to track it in a Excel or in the paper. So that is the main reason people are building softwares. Salesforce is again a software for all these applications. Okay. Okay, let me proceed to the next slide.
Mr. Manoj, this is Balaji here.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
Balaji.
so like I have this one question.
Mhm.
Like from your perspective, do you think that digital marketing, like it overruled the professional marketing one, the one which we had before, right? The in-person one.
Mhm, mhm. Definitely, definitely, Balaji. Mostly people are changing, shifting. There are a lot of tools to be developed. If you see, Salesforce is predominantly used in US. The reason is it is pretty much costly. How they charge is per month, per user they will charge. If you are capable of doing the same functionality using a .NET application, and if you have some knowledge in hosting it in server in India, and give it for a cheaper price, there are a lot of customers ready to purchase it. Even in Coimbatore, there are a lot of people ready to purchase these kind of tools. They really need it. But the problem is the price. Salesforce is bit costly, and it is not yet reached in India. But definitely it will come over. And if you see, there are a lot of new tools which would come, and that would be really helpful to all our end customers. Definitely it will change the total culture in how we operate for each and every small business like that. Is
Okay,
that
like
mhm, does that
so it
answer
can
you?
be used for a larger extent, right? I mean, to
Mhm.
reach large number of people.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that is what India is striving. Zoho, if you see Zoho books, they have built all these and they are giving it for cheaper price. But even customers are looking for more cheaper price. But if you develop a software, we need some investments, right? So based on that only we can do the math and give it to customers. So that is the challenge here now. So if someone develops a pretty good application which is scalable, uh, which complies all the Indian benefits and Indian taxation, it would be a lot helpful, Balaji. Definitely it would be useful.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah, that's it from me.
Okay, okay. Let me proceed to the next slide. We'll quickly go over the CRM process now. Thank you. Okay, so now earlier we have discussed about the marketing team. Okay, so now let's assume that the marketing team has collected the list of leads, and what they'll do next is they'll send all these information to the sales team. So what sales team will do? Sales team will call them. They'll interact with them. They'll check whether they are a valid lead or an invalid lead. So those kind of validations they'll do, and then uh, they'll see whether they are ready to purchase it, or what is their budget, whether they need a loan to purchase that car, or they'll buy it in a single shot. So those kind of analysis a sales team will do in the back end. And then first of all, they'll remove all the invalid leads, and they'll keep only the valid leads. They'll interact with them on a daily basis. They'll give them some estimates, quotes. They'll do all those details. They'll send them. They'll interact with their uh, 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 their members who are interested. So those things will be done first, and later they'll see if they are ready to purchase. Let's say the product is launched and they are ready to purchase it. They'll provide the document to them saying that this is these are the features available and this is the terms. They'll purchase, if they purchase the car, they have a 6-month warranty or a 4-month warranty. So those terms and conditions the sales team will define. So this is the separate team, and there is a separate, this is one important concept in CRM. So first marketing we have seen, and then the sales process will be handled by a sales team. What they usually do is to have split the leads into valid leads and invalid leads, work on the leads, convert them into a proper customer, and provide them terms and conditions. They, before giving the terms and conditions, they'll go with quotes. They'll give a quote. If you go for any computer shop, they'll give you a quote like this is what you'll collect, the multiple quotes, and then you'll pick one important quote or one quote which satisfies you. So those things you'll do, right? So that is the normal sales team will do in Salesforce. For that, if you want to design an application, we call it as a sales application. So that is what the sales in CRM. Any questions on this team? A simple concept only. Okay, let me proceed to the next slide then. Okay. So this is what I have meant, the sales team. So they'll submit the proposal, they'll negotiate with the team, and they'll provide a support. So the last piece is the support model. So the service team. So in CRM, the last team which do all these servicing, let's say I purchased a car, and then I have some issues with the car, or maybe I want to renew my insurance. And there are a lot of things people do after purchasing the car. So for that, there will be a separate team which will handle all those scenarios. Let's say for some life insurance, they'll give you a portal access so that you can directly log in and do your service, so that you don't have to directly call the contact center of the life insurance and ask your questions. They'll post all the frequently asked questions in their website, so that first you'll go over the questions in website. If you see any drawbacks, or if you don't understand, then only you will call. So that way this service team will be less occupied with work. So which would increase the efficiency of solving the actual defects. Let's say there is a fault in car, that has to be given high priority compared to answering some questions which is asked by the customer. So that can be exposed in their website, or maybe I can give a portal access to them. They can view it directly instead of concentrating on these smaller issues. The support team will concentrate on the bigger issues. That way, that is how now if you see in Ford showrooms nowadays, like they are giving all the service with very short span of time. The reason is because of using a CRM tool which would do all these process in the background, and they can complete the work quickly. So that is what we call it as a service team. So service team will handle all these things. So we have marketing, sales, and service. So a simple concept, but we develop a tool for all these concepts. So that is what we do with Salesforce. Salesforce is one such tool. So this is what I want to cover with CRM. Any questions, team? We can discuss that as well. In marketing, sales, service, I got one ping. Let's check. Can you explain with another example related to IT? Just a brief example. Okay. So Amrita, like this is, you cannot take this entire concept into an IT. You can take it as well. Let's say, for example, Tata Consultancy is doing a recruiting. So why they are doing all this recruiting? They just want to show the numbers to the client, saying that they have 20,000 employees in TCS and with different skill sets, and then the clients will give the projects. So that is the marketing. So if I want to relate it with IT, this is the example I can give you. So that is related to IT marketing team. So whatever users coming here, that is from TCS, there is a recruitment team which will come and recruit you. The reason, the actual reason is to get their business. That's why they are recruiting all the college students. So that is the marketing. For that, how much they are spending? For initially, they will pay you even if you are in bench. So those are the investments. They have to track it. Okay, so that is the marketing team of TCS will do. They'll invest on the students. That is the first team. And then the sales team. What sales team will do? Sales team will go to the customer and they will show, I have 200 students, new recruits who are freshly passed out from college. I have trained them in Java. I have trained them in Salesforce. I have trained them in mainframe. Give me some projects. Let's say I got 100 clients. So that is what sales team will do. Once sales team completes their work, they'll give it to the delivery team. That is the support team. You will develop the software for them and give it to the customer. So this is again the CRM in IT. If you want to go in specific for IT, this is how it will work. You got it, Amrita? How the tools interact with. Okay. If you still have any questions, you can directly reach out to me, not an issue. How the tools interact with leads. Okay. So Karthik is asking like how the tools interact with the leads. So leads, there are multiple ways. So I can send out an email. First, the basic thing which we usually do is whenever I create a lead in system, I can configure my system. Do not think it is a Salesforce. Any system, it should send out an automated email to the customer. So that is one thing which we do a interaction, lead interaction. And then apart from that, whenever the sales team comes and opens their application, let's say a .NET or Salesforce or any application, will prompt them showing that these are the leads you need to interact with them today. So that based on some calculations, we'll usually do a lead scoring based on how they speak, how they react, and what is the response from them. So those, based on those aspects, we can have some scoring for them. So this is highly likely customer. He can purchase this product 100% for sure. So system can do all these calculations and it will show you only the leads which you can convert as a customer. So that is where the system comes into play. If you are using an Excel, you cannot, you do not know which customer is likely to purchase the product. But if you built an AI tool which would say only Karthik will purchase this car, not Amrita, in that scenario, as a sales team, if I talk with Amrita, it's waste of time. So what I'll do is system will prompt the sales team to talk only with the Karthik. That's way I'll convert that lead into a customer, which is a business for a company. So that's how we usually interact with all the leads. It should be either phone or mostly through mobile. So that's how we'll interact. There is a person interact as well. Let's say I'm purchasing a generator. I'm a generator company and I'm purchasing a generator, and another customer is requesting me to purchase a customer. In that scenario, I'll directly go visit their site. I'll see this space is required for enough for placing my generator or not. So those details I'll check, and then I'll do a direct interaction with the customer. So these are the various ways in which we interact with leads. Does it answer your question, Karthik, or am I in a different track? Okay, Karthik. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, let me go to another slide. Now we'll directly come to what is Salesforce. So now we have seen Okay, now we have seen what is a CRM tool, and now we'll see how Salesforce is impacting the business. So people who are using Salesforce as their tool instead of .NET mainframe or another tool, if they use Salesforce, their entire sales is up by 37% within a year. So that is one big advantages. And the sales team productivity is increased by 44%, and the forecast accuracy is increased by 48%. So these are very high numbers for all the sales team. So this is what Salesforce will do their business. They'll tell all these details to their customers, and they'll get their customers to purchase Salesforce. And what are the other advantages of using CRM, cloud, and Salesforce? So faster development and deployment. So the important thing is, if it is a Java application, let's say a Java, .NET, or a mainframe, a traditional, I would say a traditional approach of developing a software, let's say it takes 6 months of duration. Using a tool like Salesforce or maybe Zoho or other tools, which is already pre-built, will configure it slightly. We can build it in 1/6 of the entire duration. Let's say if it is 6 months, we can build it in 1 month, the entire application. We can start using the application. So that is one important thing. And it's obviously cost effective. Let's say when I joined TCS, there was a team which developed a Java application in which they have a separate team for building the front end. There is a separate team for building the back end. You heard of MVP architecture, right? So there is a separate team for model, view, and controller. There is a separate team which handles the servers and the databases. So if we go with the cloud and with Salesforce, everything is packaged. So we have everything inside one particular application with say within Salesforce. So you don't have to purchase a separate tool for building your view. Let's say you build your view using Node.js or maybe using AngularJS, and then you have some code uh, and then you have some model built on Java or mainframe or .NET, and then a controller. So those kind of complexities you can ease. So that is another advantage. And the main current advantage is you can work from anywhere. You just need a mobile phone. Even with mobile phone, you can do a development. You can do, if you have a very low bandwidth of internet, let's say 30 kb speed of internet, you can write a code, you can publish a app and publish it to any customer. So that is a very high advantage of using this Salesforce. So these are some of the advantages and benefits. Any questions on this?
No.
Okay, thank you. Uh, let's go on. Okay, so this I'll come little later. I'll show you how Salesforce looks, what is the lead, what is the customer. So those information I'll show it to you. This is how we'll start. And this is the scope of current Salesforce. So I'm not sure whether you're able to view all these details, but by 2022, this is what we are predicting. Like in India, we'll have a market of 3,63,000 jobs in India, which would be a revenue generating of $17.2 billion. All are in dollars actually. And this is across world. So if you see US is leading, so they need 4 lakh jobs. With current situation with COVID, they are outsourcing all these works to all the small countries like Mexico, India, Singapore, Japan, Philippines. So that is where we are focusing to build a very strong practice in India, so that we'll get more work from US, do it with cheaper cost and providing it to the customers. So that is what we usually do. How can we develop a small company through these methods? I got a small question, just a minute, from Karthik. Without a huge investment. So with Salesforce, you cannot do Karthik, but you can develop it using your .NET skills or maybe whatever tool which you have it in market. Open source tools are available. You can definitely build all these details, Karthik. Uh, it's again just the concept you need to know. you can develop it with any tools. If you search in Google, let's say you search for something, how to build a simple web-based application, you will get to know. So everything is there in internet, so you can build it. Only thing is you have to identify the cost for the product that you are building, and the amount of users who are going to use, the scalability you need to see. So those are some of the important things which you need to consider before starting something without Salesforce. Yeah. So again, to go back to this PPT, if you see, this is what the new jobs that will be created by 2022, 3.3 million jobs. Sorry, I didn't get your question, sorry. Do you have any questions?
Remuki, you can ask him. Remuki. Manoj, you proceed, Manoj.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay.
So this is the focus for 2020. We are also expanding. We are trying to get more projects, and as we are working with this non-profit approach, so there are a lot of people benefiting from us. So that is one thing. I got a question. No, so sorry, I didn't have any questions. Okay, no problem. Thank you. So that's what we are expecting, a huge growth in Indian market. So that's why we are building this practice very strong. We are recruiting as well. We are getting employee freshers with good talented freshers. So that is how it has been proceeding. And on the right hand side, you see this is the average salary in US actually. So it's 64,000 US dollars for an administrator. For a developer, if it is if he is trained as a developer, it is 87,000. So business analyst, for managers, consultant, architect. So if you see these numbers, so if you have a small calculator or math, I can show it to you. USD to INR. Even if you are a simple administrator, which you don't have to do any coding, you just have to just configure something. If you get a job, so this is the base salary, 50 lakhs per annum. So this is how US is operating. This is US salary. In India, it's little different. You'll not get that much, but I would suggest like you'll get 1/8 of this income. So that is how Indian market is there. So you have a very good growth here. Investors mentally in investing. Okay, that's a very good question, Karthik. So you are asking how these investors, you don't have to look for investors to start this particular startups, Karthik. That is what my suggestion is. So if you have a very strong idea, concept, and if you have selected a very good tool, you just have to spend around 6 months. You can give a try. You get permission from your parents, everyone, saying that you are going to do this for your lifetime. Just give a try. If everything goes well, people will start using it. What I have learned in this 10 years is, if you go look for something, you'll definitely get it. When I started this company, I don't have a client. I have a 0 client. Now we have 127 clients, which means we don't go for them. We just show them how we do it, and um, uh, how we'll foresee the future, and what we predominantly do. So if we do all these things, definitely people will come to you. You'll start getting leads actually. So that is one thing which I learned. You don't need a website. You don't need anything. You start engaging yourself in something, you'll start getting things turned out for you, sure. So that is one thing I have seen. I have talked with multiple startup persons in Coimbatore, in Chennai, in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mumbai. I attended a lot of seminars. A lot of them have seen this actually. So once you start focusing on things, you'll start getting those turned out well for you, for sure. Okay. To answer your question, how the mentality of investors, definitely they'll not in a place or in a good place to invest on your ideas for now, unless it is very worthy. But definitely you have to think out of box at this scenario, during this corona scenario. But definitely cloud and remote work culture, things will come definitely for sure. So if you have some ideas on those areas, definitely it will work out for sure. Yeah. Okay, good luck. And any questions? We'll take another 5 minutes for question, and then we'll quickly go over a demo. I'll show you how Salesforce works, everything. Those are some of the basic things. And then if you want to go deep dive inside Salesforce, you can reach out to me as well. So maybe we'll go over some questions for 5 minutes. Yeah.
Manoj?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Manoj, before the questions, I would like to welcome your classmate, one of our alumni, Mr. Prajul from Dubai.
Hello, Prajul. How are you?
Hi, Karthi. How are you?
Hey, I'm Manoj, not Karthik.
Sorry.
Prajul?
Yeah.
Hey, how are you, Prajul?
Yeah, sir.
Prajul,
Good.
this is Karthikeyan. I would like to introduce yourself to our students.
Yeah, sir.
Just a minute. Mr. Prajul, he is also 2011 batch, Computer Science Department, Manoj classmate. Now he is working as a senior sales engineer in Dubai, a company called Samsotech. I welcome Prajul for this alumni talk series. Really, Manoj is very happy to see one of his classmates in this alumni talk series. Prajul, a warm welcome to you. If you want to say some words, to the students, you can share.
First of all, thank you so much for inviting me as well in this. Okay. Very good afternoon, all. Myself, Prajul, as sir told, I was in like 2011 passed out batch with Manoj only. Now, presently, I am based out in Dubai. I'm just working as a sales engineer in one of the company IT firm only. It's Samsotech. Manoj, first of all, I have to congratulate Manoj as well. He's like a well-defined presentation. It was really helpful. I am also using Salesforce for your information, Manoj. We've been using the Salesforce like past 3 years. My company, actually, since I'm in sales, we have using the full-fledged system. So it is connected with all the department like sales, support, admin, and all. So it is really very convenient for us because I started working here, I believe, like around 5 years back. But since I joined, as you mentioned, like that, we've been not into the Salesforce. We've been basically using like a Excel thing. So we have some certain sales strategy following. So in that way only we were working. So once we comes to the Salesforce, it was well organized. It was easy to track the leads, as you mentioned, like that. So many points like that. Tracking the leads, finding the leads, updating the details, do the follow-up. So everything which is like a really easy and convenient for us. So that way it makes our life very easier. So to be honestly, I do recommend like this Salesforce. It's like makes our life easier.
Good, Prajul.
Nice. It's really a surprise, actually. I don't think Prajul will join.
Manoj, for your information, a week before Prajul has registered for this talk.
Oh, okay, good.
Through LinkedIn, I just came. I used to see our college post and all. Karthika and sir used to put so many posts in the LinkedIn. I used to see that, so then I just tried this on. Like you were doing some this thing presentation on this thing. So then I just registered for that. Then sir just WhatsApp me yesterday and she shared me the link.
Okay, Prajul.
Manoj, yesterday I talked with Prajul and Farjana Parveen for collecting some of the photos.
Oh, okay.
So whatever the photos we have shared yesterday, I got it from Farjana Parveen and Prajul.
Oh, okay. Good,
anyway,
good.
thanks to Farjana. Maybe she is also in Dindigul now.
Oh, okay.
She told me if she is free, she will join for the meeting, but maybe she is somewhat busy with her work, so she is not able to join. Anyway, thanks to Prajul and Farjana. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Manoj.
Thank you,
Manoj.
Thank you.
Manoj, you can proceed.
Yes. So let me go over questions, sir. So, sir, our family is doing a small business. Now, Shini. Okay, privately, India is a big market in the world. I'm just reading few questions. If I can answer, that would be helpful for them. So, just bear with me. India is a big market. Yes, Murali. So cloud computing will definitely boom. So that is, if you learn any of the cloud computing technologies, that would be helpful. So I suggest you to learn any of the cloud computing tool, or you just learn the concepts and build your own tool as well. That would also be helpful. Now, Nishi, yes, you can use it, but it's again a bit costly. It would cost around $25 per month per user, which would be how much is the math? Let me open it. The base version I'm giving, so it's 1,800 rupee per month, which would be, I'm just answering now Shini's answer. So she asked whether she can use Salesforce for her market. So I'm giving her a quote
To
of
start with,
yes, which would be 1,800 multiplied by 12. So per month, sorry, per year, you have to invest 21,000 for this. So that would be pretty much costly for Indian market, but maybe in future you can go try with other tools like Zoho or something, which would be helpful. If you need any other suggestions, you can reach out to me. I can suggest that. Naushini. And another question is Balaji. You mentioned that Indian will
why
get just 1/8 of the salary listed. Will I get a green signal if I decide to do master's degree in US? Will I be profited? Yes, you will be definitely profited. If you see this market here, the US market and Canada market, so we have a good amount there, and you'll be paid in dollars, but you have to spend $10, right, as well. So I don't see much difference with going for US and working for Salesforce just to get benefited. If you stay bachelor, it would be beneficial. Once you get married, you have to pay for, you don't have to share the rooms with your friends, right? If you're a bachelor, you can share. So definitely you will spend same as what you earn in India. So it's your turn. If you are interested in going for US or Canada or something, definitely you can go. You can learn, explore. But money wise, if you are thinking just money wise, then it is same obvious. Like you can stay in India, earn the same thing. You can go to US, earn the same thing. But till you are a bachelor, you can earn a lot. But once you get married, maybe you will spend everything there in US. I don't know. That's what people doing there in US. Some of my friends, there is no savings there. It's a culture is different, right? Uh, yeah. So Amrita,
so
can you tell your experience with Salesforce when you are a fresher? Okay, it was really nice story. Maybe it will. So, I can go ahead with that. Sir, how much time we have, sir, left for this one? Based on that, I can maybe show a demo and then come to the questions once again, so that I will not miss a demo. Karthikeyan, sir.
Yes, Manoj.
How much time is left, sir? Based on that, I'll decide whether we can go with the questions or I can give a demo and then come back to the question.
You can show the demo, Manoj.
Okay. Okay.
You can show the demo. Based on the participants' involvement, we can extend the session. No problem.
Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you, sir. Sorry, Amrita, this was just a kind of chit chat kind of thing. That's why I just thought of completing the demo and come back to your question. Sorry, I'll definitely tell you how it goes, how TCS worked, everything. Yeah. So if you're seeing my screen, so once you log into Salesforce, so this is how it will look like. So you have a normal, it's a kind of
Manoj.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Your screen is not visible.
Oh.
I think still your presentation is
Okay.
viewing.
Okay. Let me share.
You can stop this and you can share again.
Yeah. Are you able to see my screen, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. So Salesforce is again a cloud-based tool, right? So you don't need any software to be installed in your system. Sorry. Yeah. I'll definitely answer Nivashini. I'll do that. Yeah, definitely. After this demo, I'll do it. So it's a web-based application actually. Salesforce is a web-based application. You don't have to install anything in your system. You just need a simple browser. Usually I use Chrome. You can use IE or anything you can use. So once you log in, this is how it will show. You'll have a home page. Everything is customizable. So you can do anything. Let's say you don't want this assistant to be here. You want it to be here. You can do that. This today's task, you don't need these two sections. You can remove it. So it's purely configurable. The entire application is configurable. So this is a base application. Once you register for Salesforce, you will be able to see this. So that's what I'm showing it to you. So you can see different levels of application. Let's say I mentioned about the marketing team, sales team, and service team. So what we can do is we can develop multiple applications and give access to a specific user. Say only marketing team can view this marketing. So they don't have to view all these sales related information or service related information. They can just view the marketing team's information. So in marketing, so these are different applications which we can build in Salesforce, and we call all these as tabs. So I call it as a home tab, I call it as a chatter tab, campaign, leads. So if you see here, most of the tables, we call all these as tables actually. Tables are nothing but let's say you have an Excel sheet, and in the Excel sheet you have multiple sheets. So consider the same way. This is an Excel sheet, and all these tabs are the sheets inside your Excel. Okay, it's just for capturing leads. I have a separate in the database. I have a separate table in the backend.
Yeah.
If you click new, it will just show you all those details. Whatever, consider it as an Excel. Okay, it's nothing complicated. Sorry, any questions? Is it?
Oh, like why are the cloud storage platforms are collecting money after a certain threshold storage, like OnDrive, on Dropbox?
Yes, yes. So you are asking why the cloud computing companies are charging money if they exceed some amount of spaces, correct?
Yes, correct.
Oh, okay, okay. May I know your name? Sorry.
Santosh.
Santosh. Okay, Santosh. So the main reason is, let's say you have a hard disk purchased, 1 GB of hard disk. Once you exhaust that 1 GB, you'll go and purchase another 1 GB, right?
Yes.
So for that, you need to pay money. The same concept here in cloud. So now you are requesting more charge, more space. Then obviously I have to, let's say I am a Salesforce server company. I need to purchase a hard disk, right? But the thing is, you may not need the entire hard disk. You may need only 100 GB of data. Let's say I have 1000 GB of data hard disk purchased, but you need only 100 GB of data. That is sufficient for you. So what I will do is I'll collect the charge only for this 100 GB. That will be beneficial for you as well as for me. I'll put other company as well in the same hard disk. Let's say in the hard disk, I'll create multiple folders. I'll give a separate folder access to them. So only PSNA college students will access only this folder. They cannot access the other folders. So it's purely business. You have to think through the any tools you develop. You have to think what is the business behind it. So I have to purchase something, so I will charge you. So that is the reason all the cloud computing is charging, and also they have to pay their employees for maintaining these softwares, right? So maintaining these servers, because you are not having a team which handles the server. You are not paying them. Let's say you maintain your own server, you have to pay them 20,000. So what this cloud computing companies will do is they'll ask them to pay only 2,000 rupees per month. That will be beneficial for you because they are collecting money from multiple users, right? So they'll definitely pay the salary for their employees. So it's purely business. Cloud is just a thing you just imagine it. You don't have to think cloud is something different or maybe complicated or something like that. It's just a business model they have come across so that I have something so that I can share things. So you don't have to pay for the entire service model.
So, but when it comes to like Yahoo and stuff,
Mhm.
they are like
Mhm.
having like 1 TB of storage free for every user.
Correct. They are doing multiple business, Santosh. Actually, in Google, if you see, you are asking how Gmail is giving free storage space for all
Like
these
15
users.
GB per user, right?
Correct. Yes. So if you see here, Google is promoting other products as well. So this is a front-end product. Once this is their business tactics. Let's say before I started my organization, I'm using personal Gmail ID only. I'm just using that. I just get comfortable with all the features they give. I'm comfortable with Google Drive. I'm comfortable with calendars. Sending emails are easier. Everything is comfortable compared to Yahoo. And once I started my organization, what I did is I didn't went and purchased any Microsoft or Yahoo mail server. I purchased only Gmail because I'm used to it, right? So everything that's what I'm saying. You have to think, if you are starting a business, if you are going for something, it's not just the tools or something you will concentrate. You concentrate on the market, you concentrate on the business. So they trained me in Google.
So,
They asked me to start using Google, and now I'm paying them money for using my Google for a business one. So that is a they they spend something for getting business. So it's just spending you, they are investing in you to get a business. Later you start a new business, right? You will purchase only Gmail, see, and then you will pay for them. That's how it will go.
so even though even though if Yahoo use large more storage, people go behind like Google because it is handy and people are
Correct.
aware of it.
Yes. You started using it from, let's say, you guys will be using Google from school times. Maybe we started it from college. You started it from school time, right? So it will be easy for you. They'll train you. It's a marketing strategy, actually. Nothing much in giving you.
Okay.
Nothing is free. They are not giving it for free. So they are investing in you. They'll not say it is free. They are investing in all these employees, all Gmail, everything. They are investing. Yes. Okay. So coming back to the demo, so these are just the tables actually in the backend. In database terms, we'll have multiple tables. I'll give marketing team access only to these type of tables. I'll give access to the sales team. Let me open a sales application. Sales console. So I'll have different set of tables displayed for a sales application. If you see customers accounts, we are displaying contacts, we are displaying what are all the opportunities. Each and every tab is a table in the backend. Okay, technically saying it's a table. If you want to store a file, you can store it as a file. So those things you can do. So this is how Salesforce will give you all these access. Okay, to go in deep, like technically I would say, like you can, what you can do is, let me open some records and show it to you. Let's say I open a leads, I go show all these details. So these are some of the leads that I have captured in system, similar to your Excel. If you want to view this lead, okay, so I'll see what's his information, which company he is from, what's his phone number, email, those information I'll see. Apart from that, what we can do is, what are all the activities that I have performed with that particular customer. Let's say I called the customer on so and so date. I send out an email to this particular customer on so and so date. What content I have shared with him, what he asked. So those information I'll capture it under activities. Okay, so this feature is not available in normal Excel. So I'm just comparing with the Excel. In Excel, if you want to track all these things, within this customer, these are the tasks that has been performed. These are the tasks I have performed. Let's say I want to schedule a meeting.
Also, just proceed.
So let's say I want to schedule a meeting with the customer. So at what time I have this meeting scheduled? What are other co-workers talking about this customer? Similar to Facebook, we have a feature called Chatter, which is similar to Facebook. You can post, let's say I, as a sales team, I was working with my information. He is ready to purchase one generator, let's say. What I'll do is I'll talk with another sales team member. I'll do a post saying that Mike is interested, you know about him. So other people will come and chat. So those collaborations can be done here inside this particular screen. So this is another thing. And then if you want to view in details on a high level, you can see all these information. This is a detailed view, which product he is interested. This is the products that they are selling, and this is the product he is interested to purchase. So those informations, we can see it as well. So this is how you can develop a tool with a perfect data model. So you see, we can capture the activities which would be helpful for the sales team. I can talk within my sales team. I can have a detailed view. So those things I can do. So what math I can do with this information? Let's say a lead is purchasing a particular product, and what marketing teams target is they have to check. They invested in $200,000 for an advertisement. They want to see how many leads got converted into a customer, so that they will track. So I invested $200,000 and I earned $1,500, which means what is the total amount I invested, and what is the amount that I have sold, and whether I can go with this marketing campaign or not. Next time maybe I'll invite Sachin Tendulkar, or if I invite Sachin Tendulkar, he is asking more money, and I don't want to do this because I got only few customers by using ad using Sachin Tendulkar. So those things I can do all the maths in Salesforce. I got a question, just a minute. Because of the user-friendly interface in future, it's very demanding in market, I think so. Yes, definitely. So it's Salesforce is #1 in CRM now. So that's why people are purchasing. So everyone is, let's say if I say customer is saying that I'm using Salesforce, people started purchasing things. So that is one important thing where we are going with the Salesforce. Yeah.
Manoj.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Manoj, I am having one question.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes.
On behalf of our final year students. Because based on their interest, I hope some 10 students have joined in stock.
Okay.
On behalf of our final year students, I'm asking one question.
Yes, sir.
What are the skill sets the student should have to get into a Salesforce company like Crosspeak?
So usually what as a Salesforce, any Salesforce consulting company, we require a good communication skill and numerical and mental ability skills. So that is what we usually expect in any of the freshers. The reason being is in TCS or in Accenture, if they recruit any users, they don't have to interact with the US people. First, initially for 1 or 2 years, they'll interact with the Indian counterpart in US or in Canada or in any other country. So it would be easy for them to do a communication with them. But small companies like us, we have only 35 members. We don't even have a single Indian in US counterpart. So we have to interact with all the US people. So their accent, everything will be it's little difficult to capture in the first go itself. So that is what we require as a team. And apart from that, the normal skills, so we can definitely train them on all those Salesforce skills, everything we can train them. So we don't expect anything on Salesforce. We just need the basic programming skills, like they just have to know what is a class, what is a method, how to call a method inside a class. I don't want any complicated solution, like even I don't need encapsulation or polymorphism, nothing like that. Some basic things, if they know, it would be really easy for them to learn Salesforce. Or else also we usually all people will train that as the base, but if they have that knowledge, it would be easy for them.
Okay, Manoj, one more question.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Is there any internship opportunity for current final year students in your concern?
Yeah, yes. So because of this COVID, we are not taking people full time. So we are doing internship. Definitely, we'll do it. So internship will go for month of 3 months. Usually, we do for 3 months internship. If they are interested, there are two options which we are giving. If COVID is getting resolved, we'll take them as a full-time resource. And also we do have a contractor role, which means let's say as a fresher I'm able to work for 2 hours a day or 3 hours a day. So we are definitely, we don't want to uh, get work from them and not pay, so we'll pay them on an hourly basis. We used to pay $8 per hour. So
For
that
the
is what
internship. So for the internship.
for the first 3 months, it's a pure internship, sir. After
Okay.
internship, after training, if they are interested to continue, they can do a contractor as a freelancer. I have mentioned earlier, they can
Okay.
continue with us. It's just if they don't want to continue, they can leave. If they, there is no a bond between us and the team, so that would be helpful for them to learn during their time as well.
Was it a paid one, sir?
Yes, Santosh. Like for the first 3 months, the internship will train. After 3 months, we'll pay per hour. Let's say you charge 10 hours, you'll get $80, which is 5,600 Indian rupees.
So for internship,
Oh,
there
this
is no
is very
stipend. For
Correct.
internship, there is
For
no stipend.
internship, for now, we don't have any stipend.
Okay.
Santosh.
Okay. So in this junction, I would like to inform all the third years and final year students who are in the meeting. If you want to work with Salesforce technologies, you can contact us. I will share the resume to Mr. Manoj. Third years and final years, if you want to work with Salesforce technology, you can contact me. We will do the needful with the help of Mr. Manoj. Okay. Thank you, Manoj.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Let's see.
So I think the demo wise, it's you have seen the system. So this is what mostly we do with Salesforce. We do all customization. Let's say people don't want to have a chatter, we'll remove it. They want to move the fields from here to here, here to here. They want to add a new field. So those are the things which we'll do in Salesforce. I think that's pretty much about demo. This is how the system works. So this is the end user view which you are seeing. Maybe I'll show you quickly the admin view. So here we have a setup. So this view will not be visible to everyone. It will be only visible to the developers and the administrators. So this is the place where we do all the coding, where we do all the development, like creating a new table or adding a new field to that tables, creating a Apex class. It's similar to our Java class, or you want to design a page, that everything will do it in the setup screen. So I think that's most of it in demo. If you want to learn in deep, I can share with Karthikeyan sir, I can share all those details, like how to start with Salesforce. It's an open source. This is again an open source. I have registered. You can also register. You will also access everything. It's purely open source. I can share the links how to start with Salesforce, how what are all the trial heads that you need to complete, so that you know the basics of Salesforce, CRM, everything. It would be really easy if you spend a half an hour a day. Definitely, you can learn Salesforce within a month or two. So it's pretty much a simple
So
tool
is there
to
any
learn.
possible for online?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's an open source. You can do a registration. I can give you the link as well. It says developer.salesforce.com. You can go to this particular link. I can share it with everyone. So this is the link. You can sign up here. You will get the same application which you are seeing here. You can register for this using your email ID. So this is what uh, we used to do for all the freshers. So you can register here. You will get a Salesforce environment. So the only difference is if we purchase a Salesforce environment, we'll get 10 GB of data. But for development perspective, we'll get only 5 MB of data. So you can do everything within that 5 MB, but everything, you can learn everything inside this with this particular registration and sign up. And once you are done with this, and then developer, So here we have
Mm-hmm.
under learn, we have
Yeah.
trial heads. I can share this link as well with you. So this is another link. So this is where you can start learning things. It's also open source. You can go with search for Salesforce basics. If you search, you will get all the trial heads. Trial heads are nothing but like the e-learning things. So Salesforce user basics. So you'll have the lessons here. You can learn it. You can also try it out. So they'll give you an option to try as well. They'll give you what needs to be done. So this is a quiz actually, but there is one more. Get started with Salesforce. Yeah. So you'll see how you can start with Salesforce, everything you can do. So everything you can learn in internet. There is no need for any person who could guide you. So this is a very simple tool which you can learn. Yeah. These are the two important links. With this, you can learn Salesforce in a 2 months time. And I'll go for some questions now. Sir, I think we are going over time. Is it fine? Sorry, sir. I think you are on mute.
Manoj,
Yeah, yes.
the participants, if they are comfort, if they're having more questions, you can address them.
Okay,
Maybe we will try to get the opinion of the participants. Maybe we can go to up to some 10 minutes.
Okay. So I got some question from Naushini. What are the obstacles you faced when you joined TCS Salesforce? A lot of obstacles. So I have been brought up in Dindigul, right? Like uh, I have seen some of the talks in the previous session. So those are like those guys are really on a high end, actually, I would say, if I compare myself with them. So those guys are
it's not like that, Manoj. It's not like that, because maybe at the end of the session, I wish to say your merits, what I have observed during your 4 years. You should not underestimate yourself. Okay.
No, sir. What I'm trying to say is like the way in how I have been brought up is little different. The English, the communication they have, the way they talk. So everything is very high end. So after 4-5 years, every people started talking like this. But when I am there, it is difficult for me. So in TCS, they groomed me actually.
Definitely.
So that is what I'm trying to say. So it's really good to have I would say like you have a very good opportunity in TCS, Accenture, in all those MNCs. You'll have this very good practice. They give you a training. But now in this current situation with COVID and with the current business situation, even if you get any chance, so grab that opportunity and work with them and try to enhance yourself. That's what I have seen. I have few freshers I have recruited. Like what they'll do is immediately they'll start working with the US people. So definitely their communication will start improving. And then they have to do the development. So a lot of things they'll concentrate. So my it's not an advice. My option is like you just have to grab each and every opportunity that comes in your way and then work hard. So those are the two things I have followed. So in TCS, they immediately asked me to travel to Kolkata. No one is people hesitant to go there because Kolkata, they don't know the language, they don't know Hindi. So there are a lot of hesitant will come from different people. But if they ask me to go, I'll go. So that's how I have been. So that's how I have learned a lot. So if you are getting any job in any area, definitely you can go ahead and then take that opportunity. So that is what I would suggest. So definitely I have faced a lot of hurdles in my career. The first thing is the communication. So there was a Calcutta girl who trained me in English. So she was my communication trainer in TCS. So a lot of things happened. So nowadays you have a lot of online courses which you can take for communication. There are free courses which you can take. You can talk with your definitely will not do that, but with friends, if you start talking, it would be helpful. But it's fine. Like when you start doing starting your career, you will definitely have to talk in English, so that will come up. Communication is the key. English is different, communication is different, so you can definitely improve your communication. That should be, communication is the key, I would say. You just have to go talk with people. If you're starting a business, definitely you have to improve a lot. Okay, Murali Krishnan, whether you have done any certification towards cloud Salesforce during your college days? No, nothing. I even don't know about Salesforce when I was in college. I did one small project with .NET. That's how I learned. In the final year only, I started coding something, some basic things like what is a class, what is a method, how to design a web page. So basic things I have learned in college. So I don't know about Salesforce. Even I joined TCS, they trained me in Java. So one funny thing which I would like to share, like after completing my training, I have been asked to attend a training actually. Uh, after training, I have been asked for an interview. In TCS also, inside each project, they'll have an interview. So they'll not directly take you to a project. So there will be an interview. One delivery head actually, it was around 8 months I was in bench. So I didn't refresh all these Java program coding, everything. So I went for the interview. They asked me to write bubble sort, which we learned in the college days. They asked me to, I remember that there will be 2 for loops in bubble sort with I and J, but I exactly don't know what bubble sort it is. Everything I don't know at that time. So I just write something and then give it to him. So he asked me sarcastically, like whether this is bubble sort. So I told him, yes, this is what I know, sir. Something like that. And then later he asked a question which are all very useful for you guys when you start studying the basics of programming. He gave me a pen and asked me what is polymorphism. Explain polymorphism using this pen. Uh, so I didn't know at that time like what to answer. And then again he gave me a water bottle and he asked me explain the oops concept using this water bottle. So these are the questions I have been asked, and I know that I don't know answers to these questions as well. So I informed him that I don't know, sir. Like that, I informed that delivery head. But somehow they took me to that project. I'm totally ashamed to enter into that project itself without answering any questions. Later, I started digging deep and seeing what are all those things. So only if you know those concepts in real time, then only you'll get to know about the use case of that project. If you learn something with for loop and another for loop, that will not help for sure. Even if you learn one program and if you have some basic understanding where it has been used, everything, it would be helpful. That is one thing which I have learned in my career. Yeah. Okay, I don't see any other questions, sir. So maybe you can take it forward.
Okay, Manoj. So there are no more questions?
No, sir, I don't see any other questions.
Okay. So if there are no more questions, before I am going to conclude, I would like to welcome our one more alumni who is in the meeting, Prajul, for giving a talk in his expertise. Prajul is there? I think.
Hello, sir. I'm so sorry. I'm just currently driving, sir.
Okay, okay, Prajul. Okay, okay. Proceed. I will talk to you later. Okay.
Because today is like a weekend over here in UAE, like in Middle East.
Okay.
So I am just going for my routine shopping.
Okay, Prajul. Okay, Prajul. Okay. We will talk later. Okay. You are also invited to give a talk in your expertise in our alumni talk series. Okay.
Definitely, I'll do once.
Okay, Prajul. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. If there are no more questions, dear students and as well as the participants, I would like to share some of the experience of myself with Manoj in his 4-year studies. Actually, I joined in PSNA in the 2009 May. At the time, Manoj was in second year, I think so.
Yes, yes, sir.
Maybe I have handled the class, 2 subjects I have handled to Manoj, maybe if I am correct. One is artificial intelligence, another one is middleware technologies. Definitely I wish to share some of the experience with the middleware technology. Actually, the middleware technology is the very first subject introduced for the Manoj batch. So definitely during those days, we have worked together in the lab to know about enterprise Java Bean, Corba. At that time, I have seen the level of interest shown by the Manoj to learn the new things. Those interests have helped Manoj to get into various projects of TCS, Accenture. Just now Manoj told, I don't know even what is polymorphism, what is encapsulation, like that. But anyway, the people who are interviewing Manoj, definitely they have judged the level of interest what Manoj have shown. Because I have seen the interest level of Manoj during his middleware technologies lab. He is very much interested to learn new things. Technically, he is sound. But one thing is, as Manoj told, during his 4-year studies, he is very reserved, he is very shy, he is not communicating with anybody. Okay. But anyway, he is preparing, he is putting a hard work. He got placed in TCS. But due to his interest level, now he is a director of a company, Crosspeak. Really, we are very much proud, Manoj, to see our alumni as one of the director in a company. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So it's very happy. So definitely, the today's talk will give a lot of inspiration to all the participants to work with Salesforce as well as to start a company. I have seen a lot of questions from the participants. Definitely, you get a good inspiration from Manoj. Thank you, Manoj, for your wonderful time.
Thank you, sir. And good luck for everyone, team. Yeah.
Okay. So it's a great pleasure for me to propose a vote of thanks in this junction. It's immense pleasure for me to propose my sincere thanks to our chairperson, Trimadi K. Dhanalakshmi Ammal, our pro-chairman, Rotarian RSK Raghuram sir, for their continuous support towards alumni activities. I would like to share our thanks to our principal, Dr. D. Vasudevan sir, for his continuous encouragement for organizing these kinds of alumni event. I'd like to thank our head of the department, Dr. D. Shanti ma'am. Manoj, maybe when you were a student, Shanti ma'am is not here. She has taken a charge in the year 2013, I think. So really our head of the department conveyed her gratitude to all our alumni for taking part of this alumni talk series. Today, madam is on leave, so she's not able to join for the meeting due to some personal issue. I would like to thank our head of the department for her continuous support and guidance for organizing this event. And again, I would like to thank our college alumni coordinator, Dr. R. Kannan sir, and all faculty members of Department of CSE, and especially the moderator of this event, Mr. Nandakumar, Assistant Professor, CSE Department, and all the participants, internal and external participants, for their continuous support in this alumni talk series. So once again, thank you one and all. For your information, this alumni talk series is not going to be ended. It's going on. So we are talking with various alumni of different batches. Most probably by next week, you will be having another alumni talk. We are expecting your continuous support by participating in this alumni talk. Once again, I thank you one and all. Thank you very much. Manoj, thank you for your wonderful time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Manoj.
team.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Sir.
Nandakumar, thanks, Pa.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.